makeup video like this. My hair was blonde and I'm looking at myself now and I'm like, I feel so much more like myself. Just one of those little things. Anyway, let's get into it. So today's video is going to be all about how setting intentions completely changed my life and how I set monthly intentions. So when you're ready, grabbing a cup of tea, grabbing maybe a snack, and we will get straight into this. So I started setting monthly intentions over a year ago now. I started setting them, I think, in September 2020. That would have been it. So I started setting intentions in September 2020, around the same time when I started my yoga teacher training as well. And I didn't really know what called me to do it. I think I just tried it. It was quite trendy at the time. There were a few people doing it. And I found that through setting monthly intentions, and I made a real ritual out of it, I would make a cup of tea, I would sit down and I would begin to write down areas within my life that maybe I wasn't very happy with, or maybe I wanted to change, and more so areas in which I could control, or maybe things that I wanted to embody going forwards. And I started to make these monthly intentions. I used to write like 3 things down that I wanted to embody within a month, and at the end of the month I would come back and see how they went. And yeah, the first few times they definitely did not happen. I definitely didn't achieve my monthly intentions. I didn't embody them. Intentions aren't so much something we achieve, but more something we embody. And I found that I wasn't really embodying them. And what it really did for me was, at that stage I could have 100% given up. I could have just decided, you know what, this just doesn't work for me, I'm gonna give up. But what it made me realize is how unintentionally I was living my life. I was going through day to day and I was on autopilot, and I was thinking about literally just surviving. I was in survival mode, and through setting intentions, it asked me to stop. And through coming back each month and looking at those intentions at the end and realizing, oh my goodness, I've been so not present this month that I've forgotten about these intentions, was a reality check for me. And I really began to put myself as a priority once I started to really embrace intention setting each month. And it was fantastic, because I'm the sort of person that always has huge goals, always wants to do so many things, but I struggle to find the place to do them. I struggle to feel like it's the right time. And it was through those little steps of each month, embodying something a little bit more, embodying something a little bit different, that I got to the stage where I was actually ready to make huge changes in my life. And I can safely say that I am a more present person, I am a more relaxed person. I've changed careers based on my intentions, because I was able to put such small steps in changing my career and starting basically my own business and doing this job as a yoga teacher full time and moving country. Like, oh my goodness, that is something that I would have felt so overwhelmed with. I would have definitely crumbled under the pressure of that at one point in my life. And through setting intentions and being really, really honest about what I knew was going to come up in the next month, or being really honest about what didn't go well the month before, honestly did change everything for me. And I just cannot share enough how magical setting intentions is, because it's your time to really check in with yourself. Like, you're holding yourself accountable, and it's not the same as the gym, or I don't even know, it's not the same as having monthly goals, because they're not things that we achieve, they're things that we embody. And it helps you to really not even change who you are, it's connecting back to your truest self. And we get so lost sometimes living our day-to-day lives, and we're so stressed that connecting back to our truest selves can be so difficult. And I think that's why I am so passionate about setting intentions, and I usually set them in line with the new moon as well, because I love to talk about all things the moon. But yes, that is why I think setting intentions can be the most life-changing practice. Yeah, I really do think it's setting intentions, out of all the practices I do, is one of the most life-changing practices I have ever started incorporating. And I do not see a time where I will stop setting monthly intentions, because I just love it. So with that being said, let's get into how I set monthly intentions. So as I mentioned, I like to first of all set intentions in line with the lunar cycle. So the new moon is the most perfect time to set new intentions for the month ahead, especially in 2022, because the new moon seems to fall around the first of each month, really like almost on the first every time, which is really nice. And the reason for that is because the energies of the new moon work really well to refresh, reset, and then as the moon gets bigger in the sky, it's beginning to drive you forwards towards your intentions, which is lovely. And obviously each new moon is in a different sign of the zodiac, so I tend to use those themes when making my intentions. So yes, obviously they look slightly different, but this is just going to be a very general how to set intentions just in general for each month. If you want a more in-depth on each lunar cycle and each sign that we're in, I do discuss that each month on my Move with the Moon membership, which I'll link down below. But yes, let's get into this. So first of all, when setting intentions, I always like to make sure that I make a real ritual about it. So I set aside 15 minutes, 30 minutes where I am going to do nothing but set intentions. There are no distractions, there is nothing else I need to do other than sit and set these intentions. So I will light a candle, I put some music on, sometimes I'll do yoga before or meditate, really get myself feeling present. And before I usually create those intentions, I would usually reflect on those from the month before. So once you've started setting your monthly intentions, making sure that you reflect on the ones from the month before you start setting your ones for the new month and the new cycle. So yes, I will always set aside some time. I will usually put some Palo Santo on, maybe some incense, and just make sure that I'm making a really beautiful ritual out of it. I use an abundance of glittery gel pens to do my intentions quite often. And I really just like to make it something that feels really therapeutic. I know for me, I'm quite a creative person, so through drawing pictures and making my intentions really beautiful, I find that makes me, I'm so present, and I then carry that energy with me throughout the rest of the month. So first thing is setting intentions and making it a real ritual. I also have a intention setting worksheet which I use quite often, which you will have seen at the beginning, but I like to get my intention setting worksheet, and I will start on this one and write down any intentions. So put down my cup of tea so I can talk you through this. We're talking some serious stuff here. So when I am setting intentions, I like to start with the month at the top. Again, you can use, this worksheet's actually free, I'll link it down below. I just made it for my membership, but it is completely free. And if you're not the most creative person, this makes your intentions look really beautiful without even really doing anything. So at the beginning, I will always put my month at the top, and then I begin to think about what areas this month that I know I'm going to need to focus on. So if I've been dealing with something the month before and I know that maybe I didn't deal with it in the most mindful way possible, I will bring that in. And when I'm beginning to think about how I want to set these intentions, I make sure that it's embodied by one word. So I think of one word that really sums up my intention. So one of my intentions for this month is stillness. And that is the one word, and when I think of that, I know what that means to me. So I would then write down that one word, make a big title out of it, and then underneath write a really short sentence just to describe what it means to me. And remembering, as I said before, when we're setting these, they're not really goals. So it's not like go to the gym 3 times a week. That's not really an intention, that's a goal, and those are fantastic too, but they're a little bit different. Intentions are something that you want to embody and really bring into your essence and the person that you are, and goals are something that you achieve, right? So they're a little bit different, and that's why I try to keep them to something that I can really embody. So yes, I choose one word and then I will write a little sentence underneath. And then I usually like to make 3 or 4 intentions. That's usually my sweet spot, it's about 3 or 4. And usually then I will write them all out, I'll make them beautiful. I also have, usually I start with this intention setting worksheet. You can do a rough copy. I'm a little bit OCD about things being beautiful. So I will do a rough copy, and then I will do a really creative copy like this one where I can do all my drawings and things like that. So yes. Once I have done my 3 or 4 intentions, I like to do a monthly mantra, and Pinterest is your best friend for monthly mantras. I will put a little screen recording up here of things that I would look up if I was looking for a monthly mantra. But at the bottom of my page, in this little section here, I think you can see that. Can you see it? Yes, you're in focus. You can see there that I would put a monthly mantra, and usually that mantra is quite a short sentence or an affirmation that I can bring into my meditation practice, and it really brings me back to the entire theme of my intention. So my mantra for this month is, my intuition knows the way. Or I am led by my intuition. I am still and yet everything finds me with ease is another one. And I love to use those mantras to do a mantra-based meditation in the mornings. I find that that's really, really helpful. And as I said, as I'm doing this, I would usually make these really beautiful and get all my pencils out and my glittery gel pens and make it as pretty as possible. And the last thing I usually do when I'm setting my intentions is I like to put a little quote at the top. Whatever quote sort of resonates with me for that month. So "You're not for everyone and that's okay" was one of it. "My dreams are guiding me towards my path" was another one. And yeah, I really like to make sure that I just include lots of things that really fit with the theme and things that have really resonated with me, because by taking the time to write them down, I then feel I carry the energy of them with me throughout the rest of the month. Then once I have set my intentions, that's where the kind of hard bit comes in, because I set them, I make them really beautiful, and then I'm like, okay, done. Now, how do I continue to embody these throughout the month? And this is something that it took me a while to figure out, because I did the classic, started setting intentions. It's like, oh, this is really cute and fun. And then I realized, oh, I need to keep these intentions and I'm not keeping them. So how can I do that? And what I did was I started, first of all, sharing them on my Instagram. I shared them with people I knew, shared them with you guys. So then I felt like I was being held accountable. It's really nice to share them. You don't need to have anyone keep you accountable, but through sharing them, you know that people know, and people are going to ask you how it's going potentially as well. Another thing I like to do is take a picture and set it as my phone background. So I will do that as well. Something people like to do is take the page out of the book and stick it up on their fridge or in their car or on their bathroom mirror or something like that. Somewhere where you're going to see it every single day and come back to it every single day. Another thing which I really love doing is taking some time just before I fall asleep at night to go over my intentions once again. They say that that state in between sleeping and just about being awake is actually when we have the deepest connection to our subconscious mind. So that's when I feel is a really good time to really connect back into them, and really helps me to embody them and keep them at the front of my mind going forwards. So yes, that is usually what I would do to keep my intentions. And the biggest tip for sticking to your intentions is coming back to them at the end of the month and looking at them and being really honest with how it's gone. So for me, I post my intentions on my Instagram, and then I come on my stories and I will say, this is how it went and this is how it didn't quite go so well. And that's okay, because some intentions are really big ones and they take a little bit longer than 1 month or one cycle to embody. And so sometimes if I don't meet an intention, I will just carry it with me for 2 months, 3 months, 4 months until I find I'm able to embody it. And usually there is a reason why it took that long. It was a bigger one where I had to work through some things. But yes, as I said, I just think that this practice has the ability to completely change your mindset. It has the ability to make you so much more self-aware of your actions, your emotions, the way you cope with situations. And for me, that was incredibly life-changing. I'm an extremely emotional person. I'm a Cancer. You can see on my necklace, I'm a Cancer. Extremely emotional person, and connecting back to myself at the beginning and the end of every single month at least is really important for me, and has helped me change so much, because I've just been able to be so honest with myself in a really gentle and kind way, and really then take accountability for the things that I feel or do, and think, okay, well, how can I be more mindful about how I want to grow from this and change from this in, again, a really gentle and nourishing way. So yes, that is all from me today on how I set monthly intentions and how they absolutely changed my life. If you would like to set monthly intentions with me in line with the lunar cycle, I do have a Move with the Moon membership where we do monthly intention setting workshops, and I will link that below. If you would like a copy of my intention setting worksheet, it is completely free. I will link it down below. It's a fantastic thing. Oh no, it's folded over. Let me unfold it and make it look pretty. There we go. If you would like a copy of my intention setting worksheet, I will also link it below. It's just a really lovely thing that I feel is really helpful for, first of all, if you're not the most creative person, but also it just really helps you to direct your thoughts as well. And I love creating pretty things, so I love being able to then share them. So yes, that will be below in the description. But that is all from me today. So if you enjoyed this video, please like and subscribe below, send me a message. You can follow me on Instagram at Mara Thompson, and I will see you in our next video. I think it's going to be a weekly vlog because I am vlogging today. See you later, guys. Bye.